Hello, I'm the Artsy Crafter, and you can find me on Teachers Pay Teachers and TES. The links to my store are down below. So today we're going to create a back to school exploding box. And you can see I just use regular paper, and I always just use regular crafting glue. And so I just think it's easy to use a glue stick. When you download the templates from my site, make sure you print on legal size paper, which is 8.5 by 14. So the exploding box has a lock on the front. On the front of this box, I happen to put a graphic with a little boy. They can fill their name in there if they want, or whatever they want. I also have graphics for this product with little girls. Space on the back for their name. And when they open their exploding box, I made sure I included all kinds of writing activities. So what a good day at school looks like. At the end, they can write a little about their teacher and what they hope happens in their classroom this year. Tell us a little bit about their school, what they like to do in their spare time. Every page explodes to another fun activity. A few of their favorite things. Yes, I made sure I made a graphic for favorite spelled with a U as well. Who they admire and why, what they're thinking down the road, what that might look like, and room here for their hopes and their dreams. They can draw some pictures and include whatever information that they want. So I've created this book for you, Exploding Box, I call it, Expanding Box. I hope you love it. Stay tuned. I'll give you step-by-step directions, teaching you how to create this with your students. So I'm going to begin by showing you all of the pieces that you'll need to create your exploding box for back to school. Before the students start putting anything together, it's really important that you do everything in this order. Step number 1, have them color anything that they want colored. Step number 2, they complete any writing activity. And as I show you all of the pieces, I'll point out the writing activities as we go. And when they're done all of that, then have them cut. So they'll cut an outside cover, and notice it's going to have a lock on it. And so there are 2 pieces that they're going to use for that cover. Then they will make sure they have a top and a bottom insert. And again, notice lots of space there for students to complete writing activities. They will need a left and a right insert. And again, I left lots of space here for them to complete writing activities and to do some drawing or make a diagram. Oopsies, have that upside down. Or to do a selfie if they're interested. And finally, to cover up all the parts that they've glued, they'll need a left and a right inside cover. Notice on this one I put a female graphic, and on the front cover I put a male graphic. I just wanted to show you that I have both, okay? And then for the middle section of the book. So those are all the pieces they'll need. Again, step 1, color everything, complete writing activities, then cut it out, and then I'm going to show you how to start folding to put things together. Now once your students have everything colored, all the writing activities completed, then they're going to cut. So you should have everything cut out now, and I'm going to show you how to do your folds. So we'll start with the cover. Now like I said to you earlier, on the cover I put a little boy with a little boy graphic here. And on one of the other pages you saw a girl, but each page I made sure there are boy and girl options, okay? So what you're going to do is make mountain folds. So put the cover flat on your desk, and then wherever you see a dotted line, you're going to make your mountain fold, right? Make sure it's shaped, oopsies, make sure it's shaped like a mountain. And then do the same thing on the next line. Nice crisp fold, so you should have a nice flat edge, okay? And the same with on this side. That's what your box should look like at this point, okay? And then I want you to take your latches, the small one you're going to glue later, But for now, take the large latch and fold it in half and glue it shut. And I'll show you how to put that together momentarily. Then I want you to take all of your inserts. So remember I told you you have a top and a bottom insert, and then you have a left and a right insert. And I want you to fold all of them. So the easiest way to fold them, again, flat on your desk, okay? You can turn it upside down, and then fold it in half. Nice, good, crisp, sharp fold. And then do the same thing with the next 2 lines, so that each of your inserts now has an edge to it. So sort of a left, a flat bottom, and then the activity. Okay, so do that with all of your inserts, and I'll show you then how you're going to start putting those together. So now we're going to put the lock in place on the outside cover. So notice I just put a good dab of glue on either end here of the small piece of the lock. And then on the front of the cover, I just put one side down, then the other. Notice there's a bit of a wow in that paper because I made sure that this was slightly larger than the marker I left for you. You already had the long piece glued. I want the round piece to come through the lock. So what I'm going to do is put, again, a good amount of, I used a regular glue stick, and you can see I just use regular paper to make my crafts. And I think the easiest way to do it is just to line that up inside, and then you can close that up, and then with your fingers just jiggle it around a little bit, so that you're happy with the placement of your lock. So somewhere right in the middle there, okay? Just give it a little bit of a squeeze. And so that's how you're going to put that lock in place. Now, the next thing I would suggest is doing the gluing of all of your inserts. So remember I told you, you fold it in half, and then you fold the second section and the third section so that each of them has a little bit of an edge to it, okay? And all I want you to do at this point is just open it up and run a bead of glue just along the edge, and then on the bottom flap, and then on the other edge as well, and then just close that up. So it doesn't require a lot of glue, but all I want is that to be securely shut. So do that with all of your 4 inserts next, and I'll be back to show you how to put them together. Okay, so everything should be folded and glued, and I just want to show you now how to place these. So have the students put them on their desk in exactly the order I have them here, because you want to make sure that when they put it in their exploding box and they open it up, the writing underneath is not upside down. And I also wanted to point out to you, I made one template with favorite spelled with just the O and another one with the OU. Okay, so I tried to think about everybody there. So it's important here also because the templates on the left and the right, if they don't have them in the right spot, that camera is going to be upside down. And then my school, and on the back, you know, who they admire and why. Okay, so have them put them on their desk like that. And if they say to you, oh, Miss, mine aren't like that, I folded them in the wrong way, it's no big deal. So if they have one that they folded like this, and they had placed it on the other side, just have them very quickly refold. It only takes a second, and make sure everybody's set up exactly perfectly, okay? And then all I do is just move them so that I can put the box or the inserts as it is so far in the middle, and then I'm going to start gluing. So when I glue, I start with the top and the bottom. So you can see here the lock is already set and in place, and on the back side here we're going to put a cover here, so don't worry about the fact that you can see that, okay? So have the students open up their insert. And notice these folds. We're going to stay within those inside folds there because we want to make sure that our box closes, right? So all they're going to do at this point is again take their glue, and you only have to put glue on this bottom section here. So with all 4 inserts, it's done exactly the same way. A good amount of glue on that bottom section. And this is the top insert, right? So all I want is to be able to put that in between those lines and line it up with the top of the insert. Okay, so I always check it to make sure I'm within those lines. And then nice straight edge at the top. And then what I do, open it, give it a little crease there, and then recrease this because you want all of your sections to have that nice flat edge. So glue your top and your bottom, and then I'm going to double check with you before we do the left and the right. All right, let me show you what you should have so far. So the outside box is completed with the lock in place, and you open it up, and this is the bottom insert with information about the school and who the students admire. And you can see just that bottom section got glued right into the middle there. And then the top insert, what the student likes to do in their spare time and all their favorite things. And again, just that bottom section got glued this time to the top, right? And then, like I said, recrease those edges so that you get a nice crisp finish. And that's what your box should look like at this point. So now I'm going to add the left and the right inserts, exactly the same way. All right, you can see I already put the left insert in place. With this one, you have to make sure, be mindful that you're going to stay within that top dotted line and the bottom dotted line, and then again the edge of the insert, right? So that you don't mess with closing of the box. So I was going to show you how to do the right one. I put glue here. All I did was the same thing. I lined up so that I am within that top dotted line and that bottom dotted line, and then even with the edge of the box. Okay? And then again, I want nice crisp edges, so I'll refold my lines. Same with this side, nice crisp edge. So what you should have now, the inside, this is how it will close. Then the top and the bottom will close. And now we're going to put the covers, the inside covers, a little about our teacher, what a good day looks like. And then you're going to glue in the very middle this template. Students can fill in whatever their little heart desires there, and notice that covers up all of those glued edges that we have in the middle. So that's what I want you to do next. Okay, I decided I wanted to put a good day at school, what that looks like, on the left, because I figured I'd save the best part for the end of the book, all about my teacher and what I'm hopeful about my class. So you can see that the inside covers are done and that middle section is done as well. All right, so to close it up then, I want, what my future looks like on the top there. You can do it any way you want. I want my school information to be on top here, and then you can close up your book and lock it in place, okay? And remember, at the back, students can fill in their name there if they so desire, okay? So I hope you like your back to school book. I made one for Mother's Day. Now it's my back to school product, and I'm going to start next Halloween and Christmas, Father's Day. So stay tuned for more products. Enjoy and happy crafting.